Hi everybody, today is March 17th, and I guess I'm just gonna talk about my day. Well, I woke up in the morning with intentions to finish my final paper that is due on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. I actually started it. I got halfway through, but from 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock I was working on it. It's not the fact that gathering information is hard, it's the fact of putting forth effort on this paper that doesn't interest me. It was also the fact that it was a research paper, so research involves the internet. The internet involves a wider range of knowledge, and within searches there comes stuff that other stuff that I'm interested in and that I become curious upon, that I look at. I tell myself I'm only gonna look at it for like 10 minutes, but 10 minutes turns into like 30 minutes, and I'm like, alright, I'll get back to it in 10 minutes. And then the 30 minutes turns into an hour, and then I have to force myself to put my attention back on my paper. And that happened a lot of times during this paper. I have a really low attention span, especially for stuff that I'm not interested in. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why? There's so much other stuff that I could be learning. So much other stuff that I could be doing, engaging in, expanding my knowledge. I guess since it's a research paper, I am expanding my knowledge, but at the moment I don't find it really interesting. But if I find something in there that might be interesting, it could help, but then it'll only be like a narrowed vision interest. It wouldn't help me conquer this whole paper. But yeah, that's what I spent most of my day doing. And then I went to a little event. That event just amazed me because people were there. And people, as you know, if you watch this video, or if you watch my previous videos, I believe are not, I don't like to say stupid, but uninformed, uninspired, whatever you want to call it. But I usually call them weird. Yeah, went to an event and just noticed that common sense isn't that common anymore, which has always been a fact. But I guess some people just don't seize to realize this, and it, I don't know, people just don't use their minds when they're thinking. They don't think when they use their minds. They're different. But yeah, what I think was supposed to be common, or that I thought is common sense, most people have to develop that, which I don't understand. This is job security. I don't understand why people still, sorry, something caught my attention. I don't understand why people still believe in this education system. Like, well, not believe in it, but believe in it fully, such as public schools. At a young age, they are taught not to think for themselves. They are bombarded with a whole bunch of information, and within that information, they need to memorize a lot of stuff, i.e., the person with the greater memory capacity is a person who usually gets the highest grades, which I think is stupid. And the least they could do if they're going to do that is put like a memory class in it, so the people who don't have good memories could at least get like a step forward when it comes to school. They also don't have critical thinking, only when it comes to reading. But I feel like critical thinking should be, what's that word? Enforced in all subjects, because it's needed in all subjects. You need the ability to question things, even if they seem true. You should still question them and ponder at them, not believe everything. Because what society does is they start with young children and then not have them think for themselves. And if they go to church, that makes it even nothing against church or religion, but if they go to church, it just makes it easier because they're taught something such as religion that they're not supposed to question. And then when it comes to, well, that they're not supposed to question, and then the parents usually step in when it comes to public schools on the things that they do need critical thinking in. They go and ask their parents, and their parents usually give them the answer right away, not letting them become independent, which is bad because you have the church, you have the parents, the school, and that's the people that you're mostly surrounded by when you're a child, and they're all enforcing not to think independently. And then once you do go into the real world and form some type of opinion about something, I guess you can say your mind's already fucked. Like, you're gullible, and at this point you believe anything. And that is when society steps in. That's when propaganda gets out there. Propaganda gets out there, and they put all these ideas inside the human brain that are crazy. And with some logical thinking, you can probably disprove, but the people who don't think for themselves believe it because they're too lazy to think for themselves and would rather have an opinion that's already set that isn't their own, but they're tricked to believe that it's their own opinion. And then it comes into stuff like death and fear and old age. Mainly fear, though, because people are afraid. A lot of stuff. Are afraid of a lot of stuff because of what society puts inside our brains, of what propaganda puts out inside the news, and practically the word of mouth, because with the word of mouth, shit spreads real fast. And when it spreads like a disease. And when that happens, people didn't stop thinking because they're too afraid. Like they become paralyzed. But people who think for themselves, also known as thinking independently or critically thinking, are usually inspired by this fear. And they're inspired by this fear to investigate even more, to see behind the truth and what actually is. And those people who don't independently think do crazy stuff. I just don't understand what this world is coming to. I just think that people need more intelligence. Or do they need more knowledge? Knowledge and intelligence. To be knowledgeable, to be intelligent. To be knowledgeable is to know a lot of information, but to be intelligent is being able to know how to use that information in an intellectual way. Sort of saying that people need to be more intelligent, because most people, I believe, are knowledgeable thanks to school, but aren't able to apply, which makes them less intelligent. So, what do we do? What are we gonna do? We're the next generation. We are this generation. But this generation will become the next adults who then have children are gonna be born into the next generation. We don't want those same problems. I don't want my child in this problem. I want my child to be able to think for themselves and pondering and questioning all things that come across him or her. I want my child to be curious and able to play the devil's advocate, but then also be able to form an opinion on something, being able to back it up with faith, belief, and knowledge behind the subject. I don't see how it is possible. I want to make a change. No. I want to be the difference that makes a change. Be the change that makes a difference. Be the change between a difference. Be the difference between a change. I want to place hope back into the eyes of the lost people. Place faith back into the hearts and souls of the place faith back into the souls of the soulless people. Place knowledge back into the minds of the thoughtless people. More brain power inside today's society. And not just brain power by the 3% of the world, but brain power by 95% of the world. I think we still need dumb people. Not dumb people, sorry. Uninformed people. Because without those uninformed people, we wouldn't be smart. There's a balance. Just like without poor people, there wouldn't be rich. Without rich people, there wouldn't be poor. With equality, there is no balance. Equality and balance, are they equal? Balance and equality. It's something to ponder about. It's probably for a different video though. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. This is about to go on 17 minutes. I didn't mean to talk for this long. I'm not gonna say sorry for ranting because I'm not sorry. It's not being honest. I'm not gonna say apologize either. Whatever, that's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, see you next time. See you next time. Excuse me. See you next time. Bye. Comment, like, share, whatever. Bye. INTP